Hey guys, welcome to another BwongZz's flying tutorial for Heroes&Generals, and today we'll be covering landing and takeoff, okay? With two different planes. The first plane we'll be demonstrating is with the RZ recon plane, the Russian recon plane, and the reason why is because it has a fixed landing gear. Unlike the second clip, which will be the Messerschmitt 109 fighter plane, and most of the planes in this game have retractable landing gear, so it'll pop out. So it's a little bit different where you have to keep in mind that the landing gear has to pop out before you land. So I'm going to show you in two different videos how to land your plane. So first video will help you understand what you need to do, and the second one's kind of like a little review plus the retractable landing gear. So I'll see you in the next video. Hey guys, so I'm going to teach you how to land your plane and take off with your plane in case your plane is damaged from combat. And what we're going to do is we're going to use the Russian RZ recon plane to land. Now the RZ recon plane from the Russian and the B1 recon plane for the Germans, their landing gear is fixed, already sticking out. Whereas, as you can see, and all the other planes, the fighter planes, the Owl recon, and the heavy fighter planes, all their landing gear pops out. So it will extend out of the plane, and then it'll pop out and be fixed and ready to land. For that to happen, you have to fly low and slow to the ground for that to initiate. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find first a nice landing zone. Hopefully we won't get shot or other players because we're kind of in the enemy spawn zone. But we're going to find a nice patch of grass to land in, and we're going to slow our speed down. And you want to kind of avoid any bumps, and you want to level your plane as flat as you can to the ground. Okay, we're gonna actually accelerate a little bit up over this hill. This is kind of where a spawn is, I believe. Go all the way down here, and you kind of want to land near where there might be trees, enclosed shadows, anything that can give you cover to prevent other planes from spotting you, or enemy tanks or infantry. If they spot you, they'll want to take you out because you'll just be a sitting duck. Right here should be okay. Anyone would bug us. Now if you land too far away on the map, what will happen you won't be able to get out of your plane. I think I should be able to exit. There you go. You can exit airplane, yada yada. And you press the use button to get back in, use button to get out of your plane if you didn't. And when you're driving your plane on the ground, you don't want to have your throttle all the way up. See how my arrow's kind of low? If you can maintain your speed at a slower speed, it's easier to control your plane. What happens is if you have your speed too high and you're off a hill, you'll take off, and then you'll just either crash or it'll surprise you and you won't realize that. So let's drive a little bit more on the outskirts of the map and just show that if you fly too far away, you won't be able to. And keep in mind, you can't land anywhere. It has to be within the boundaries of the map. See, there's kind of a line between these hills. If you kind of cross that line on the other side, I believe your plane will sink in and you'll just crash. So let's stop here. Let's get out, or try to get out, I should say. And my guy can't get out, and I'm clicking my button. So what you would have to do is drive your plane a little bit closer. And it's just like driving a car. Okay. So to take off, all I did was just accelerate a little bit, and then I just find a nice straight path, and then there you go. Off like that. Pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty much all it is. Takes some practice to learn how to take off and land, especially landing's tricky, but you'll get the hang of it, just more practice. You'll always crash a lot, but it just takes practice, guys. Like anything, when you're flying, learning the controls to fly, you'll always crash. It takes time, alright? That's it. Okay, so we're going to demonstrate how to land with a fighter plane that has retractable landing gear. So we're going to fly the 109 Messerschmitt. And the first thing is we're going to slow our speed down. So we're going to brake. And we're going to find a nice flat patch of grass to land. And now as we start slowing down, you could hear the landing gear pop up. I'm going to show in pre-look. So there it goes. Bam, extend it out, line yourself to the ground, and touchdown. Now make sure your plane is completely at a stopping position before you exit, because what can happen is your pilot will jump out and then he might suicide from a moving plane. And watch out for these bumps here. So right here, I'm going to speed up a little bit. As I get to the top, I just brake so I don't get any liftoff from the little bump. Just going to find a closer patch, maybe hide near the shadows so we're less obvious and we can't be spotted by enemy planes if there are enemy planes. There aren't. We took them all out, and here should be a good spot. Now we exit, and bam, you can repair. There you go. Now takeoff is fairly simple. Just keep in mind you have a nice open space to take off from. Be aware of bumps and hills, as it can affect your takeoff, as you might take off sooner than you anticipated or planned. So we're gonna go turn our plane a little bit to our left, right here. Now we're gonna go full throttle. Keep your plane straight. If you try to turn a little bit while you're at full throttle, you might lose control of your plane, so keep that in mind. So little takeoff there from the hill. Perfect. Now just keep your plane steady. Don't want to move it too much or turn it too much. You want to increase your speed. Wait till landing gear to place itself inside the plane, and then bam, you're